Well, as I said, there are three black sheep in the Wadjet Eye library, and Puzzle Bots might be the biggest of them in terms of surprise from Wadjet Eye's involvement. This is the first game Wadjet Eye put out that was not mainly developed by them, but instead published. Puzzle Bots, developed under IV Games, is the brainchild of Aaron Robinson, who did artwork previously for Blackwell Unbound and Emerald City Confidential. Thus, she had connections to the studio and got some help making the title. While she was in charge of design, Dave Gilbert and Janet Gilbert handled programming duties alongside Vincent Wieselman, or Vincent 12, who we'll be seeing again once we reach Resonance. Along with the returning John Green for background work, who thankfully had better luck in the coloring department this time, we have plenty of familiar voices in the cast, including Abe Goldfarb, Daryl Lathori, Shelley Smith Shenroy, Rebecca Whittaker, and Francisco Gonzalez, along with Dave Gilbert himself, who have all done various voices for Wadjet Eye at some point. This is also the first time we see Ben Chandler's name in the credits, though only as a beta tester. What makes Puzzle Bots such an odd release is that it goes completely against the studio's established style. By this point, Wadjet Eye has cemented themselves as a creator of noir mystery games with some elements of fantastical, and here was this kiddie logic puzzler with Go Animate style character design smushed between the third Blackwell game and Gemini Rue, a grim cyberpunk thriller. There's only one more point to date where Wadjet Eye tried to do a comedy game with the new guys, but word of mouth around that one isn't exactly hot. Puzzle Bots, on the other hand, seems to be all but forgotten, and I'm willing to bet the majority of people who own it have never even tried it. That's a shame, because despite what a first look might tell you, Puzzle Bots is actually quite the fun little puzzle game. The premise is that a group of human inventors are building chore bots for their boss, but the 5 robots prove to be rambunctious little scamps who escape and have little adventures throughout the grounds. Over the course of said adventures, they accidentally get involved in the affairs of their creators, wacky hijinks ensue, and they come across the boss's dark secret, mainly so the game can have a plot, and a ridiculous one at that. It's pretty simple, but it gets the job done and gets some basic laughs from the low-key lunacy on display. It's not a laugh-out-loud sort of game, but that LucasArts style of humor that engages through the whole experience, just not quite as polished. The music and art is nothing to write home about, but Puzzle Bots themselves are adorable, and the voice acting is solid to great across the board. What makes the game worth playing, though, are the core puzzles themselves. This is less a graphic adventure game and more a puzzle game, complete with logic puzzles based around understanding and playing with established mechanics. Each of the 5 robots has a different skill. Hero can pick up and throw objects, Ultraball can push things, Kelvin has a flamethrower, Eevee can tow things underwater, and Bombshell throws bombs. The 5 slowly get finished and enter your team as you progress through the game, and puzzles grow more complicated the more specific talents of each bot you have to use to find a solution. It's not terribly hard, mind you. All mini puzzles can be solved by finding the parts in the level that require specific power, like bombing cracks, but a few head scratchers still get in there, particularly Kelvin having to burn things in a proper sequence to get the desired effect. It's not too taxing for more mature audiences, but Puzzle Bots seems to be made for younger audiences. It's the perfect sort of game to share with your kids, letting them connect the dots and solve simple mechanical focused problems. The humor is also about that level, with some light wackiness instead of any sort of offensive shock humor you find in something like, let's say Randall's Monday, a game with a very similar art style that is in a completely different realm from this. It's only $5, so I'd say give it a shot. You'll be done with it in about 2 hours. It's a shame this was never ported to mobile, because I think this would be right at home there.